Hopes are high this fine Tuesday morning. I think we got them figured out. But that really doesn't mean anything if they don't come to your calls. So this morning, I'm going to be really hesitant to call. No decoys, because I think I'm going to be in their way. Even though I had a really sweet setup and stayed in there for a long time, obviously, those birds decided to pass me up. I should have expected that. Well, this morning was relatively quiet. I think that bird only gobbled 3 or 4 times. The hen was really kind of working it. She was really working it. And then I kind of went in their direction that I think they went. I really don't know because they were always in that spot and then they weren't. So I don't know if they went. They didn't come my direction, I know that. So now I'm up here on a point looking out and seeing as how it's 9:45 in the morning. I don't think they're just going to be out right now. That sun's kind of beating down a little bit. I don't think we're gonna be seeing turkeys in the open. A lot of country out here, that's for sure. Yesterday this place was a gobbling, happening place. This morning just the one. I don't know what the plan is for the rest of the day, other than at some point I'm going to try to take a nap. And I'm starting to think my ghost bird up there is me waking myself up somehow. I don't know. Yesterday I thought I got woke up by a horn, but nobody drove by. But then when I was leaving that area, there was a tent 400 or 500 yards away from where I was. So clearly somebody came in from the other direction and set up a tent, so they could have hit the horn. And maybe I'm not crazy. Maybe it is a gobble that wakes me up. But I have my doubts. I just don't know. I'm standing here hitting the box call over all of this, and a hen just hit me back from somewhere where I just came from. Well, guess we gotta go. I just hit the box call again to get a better location. My car's like literally right down here, and I got a gobbler to answer me back. I figured that hen had the gobbler. Man, I'm parked right over here. So with the general vicinity of where they were, I decided I'm going to loop around in front of the car, go up this steep creek drainage, and then come up at them from an angle where I can kind of just start to poke up over and look into the flat that I think they're on. So I get up there, there's nothing right there, so I'm creeping forward because I think they're in this opening to the front of me here. So I'm trying to be quiet, but the ground is very crunchy, very loud. So I think they're right through that little opening where the sunshine is in the top right. So eventually I get up to this little spot and I'm peeking out into this field, and then I hear something running toward me on that dry, crunchy ground, and a hen goes screaming by. And she ends up now at my about 8 o'clock, 15 yards or so. And then a second hen appears. So now I've got a hen that is actually behind me at 8 o'clock or so.
I don't have a lot of cover in that direction. Here you can see the second hen go through here. And so I know that that gobbler is somewhere nearby as well. Since both those hens were up in this direction, I have to assume he's up there as well. These hens are starting to, I don't know if they're putting at me or if they're kind of looking for me because they heard me crunching. So they're looking for the other hen or the other turkey that they think is back there. Eventually I see that joker through a bunch of pinyon bushes, so I get my gun camera on. You can hear those hens still. If he comes out where that hen came in, he's going to be in a perfect spot to shoot. He's coming in at a slightly different angle though. He's kind of more coming in perpendicular to the way that second hen came in. But he's actually coming right toward me. But he doesn't go into clearing, and he pops full strut right there. I just need him to come another 6 or 7, maybe 8 feet forward to clear that brush. He moves a little to the right, and I've got an opening to the right, but he doesn't continue to the right. So he actually goes to my left, and so I squat down and get down really low so I can try and see him. And you can see him briefly, real briefly, right here. And then again, right here. So now he's behind a ton of stuff for me, but he is close, real close. I'm basically listening to him spit and drum on the other side of all this junk at 20 yards or so. So now I'm waiting for him to pop out here on the left. And I am getting shaky because this process is taking a very long time. So I'm in all kinds of an awkward position right here. I decide I'm going to try to crawl and get a crack at him. But those two hens and him, they moved away too quick.
So close yet so far away. He just gobbled from over this lip. I'm wondering if I could crawl over to it and have him in range. But this ground is so loud.
So like I said, he gobbled on the down slope of this hill right above me, so I'm trying to crawl up to the edge and get a peek down in there, see if I can get a shot. I finally get there, and there is nothing to be found. Imagine that. That's the way South Dakota's going.
Okay, buddy. It's okay, buddy. Just give it up. Oh my God. Folks, that sun is hot, I'm telling you what. He couldn't find his hen. He couldn't find his hen. So, after I had that close call right up here behind the car, I went up further to the spot where I saw the 8 jakes a day or two ago, or 8 hens and jakes up in this green area. Thought I'd sit there for the afternoon, and I did. I got a little nap. About 5 o'clock, I started calling again. I wanted to see if maybe they'd just filter in naturally. Started calling again, nothing. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna drive, go over, see if that tent is still over there, see if there's people over there, maybe do some cold calling over there. And then if that tent's not there, maybe try to roost birds from that vicinity, blah, 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 blah. And so I was coming back, and I said, well, let me go back across these opens in the bright sun where there's no way there's going to be turkeys, right? Well, I come popping out right near the road a good ways up, and I see this weird thing sticking out of the grass. And I pulled out my binos and looked, and it's a tomhead. Red tomhead, this guy. Well, I didn't see the hen to the left. She goes running off. She doesn't talk or anything. She just kind of trots off. He stands up. He has no idea what's going on, even though he's about broadside to me. He has no idea what's going on. So I just don't move, and he starts pecking away, kind of following in the direction she did. So I got on my hands and knees, started crawling, keeping something between me and him, keeping an eye on him. If he turned, I could freeze. So he was probably 80, 90 yards ahead of me. And he got behind this thick junk. So I stood up and went right at that junk as quiet as I could and got down. And he didn't go left or right of it. And so I'm thinking, okay, he's pretty close. So I'm peeking around real slow, nothing. So I'm like, well, dang. He either saw me and boogied, or he went over the ridge and followed that hen. Well, it turns out there's kind of like a little piece of low ground that heads around the bend of the road, but down kind of not toward my car, but just in this direction. And I said, well, maybe he walked off on that trying to follow that hen. So then I just walked down the road quiet. I went back and got my vest because I dropped it. And I started walking down the road real quietly in case maybe I come around the corner here by my car. Because my car's right down here, right behind that bush. And that's where I heard him the first time. That's where I had the close encounter the first time, up in there. So I'm cruising down this road real quiet, and I see that joker right over here. Looks like he's going up the hill. And then he's actually coming back toward me. So I advanced a little bit using this junk right here between us. I advanced a little bit and then got up on the high ground. I was in the road and I got up. I was going to try to advance some more, but he disappeared. I didn't know if he was going to, because he turned like right here. I didn't know if he was going to pop out right here, go through the bushes, go down up the road, but he ended up popping up right here. And he came out, lifted his head real high, and that was that. I think I got that on gun cam. I think. Should be on gun cam. Oh my word. Oh my word. Take a look at this guy. Here we are with a lovely, lovely South Dakota Merriams. We got us typical Merriams beard. Beautiful. Look at this fan. We've got the typical Merriam spurs right there. Folks, I don't know if I can put into words what I'm feeling right now. And I kind of find it's only fitting that this guy was a result of spot and stalk, because that's how I used to get the Merriam's turkeys when I first started hunting turkeys. Spot and stalk in Colorado. My first RGO was a spot and stalk. I crawled on it. So I think it's only fitting that this guy, this Merriams, was a spot and stalk. Kind of an accident. But I'm also feeling very, very grateful that I get to do this. I know I've said this before, but I'm very grateful I get to do this. You gotta have a lot of life circumstances in your favor to do this. I'm running around for 2.5 months chasing turkeys, but I'm feeling grateful. I got plenty of daylight, folks. Enjoy some time with this guy. Appreciate what he brought me today. My goal this year was a single season Grand Slam, and it all hinges on Florida. If you don't get that Osceola, you're out of the game already. And every year since 2020, so these past 4 seasons, I've had a goal in mind, and that's not to diminish these birds. It's not to put a number on them. It's not to take away the reverence I have for these guys and the appreciation for them. In all of our game animals that I pursue, I appreciate them all. But it's to keep me moving when I'm tired. Like right now, I am tired. I had a decent nap today, but I'm still way behind on sleep. And the goals I set, like last year I wanted 10 birds. 2020, I just wanted to complete a Grand Slam and get that Florida Osceola, and then I realized I'm gonna hunt all the birds and let's go for a single season, and I got the single season. Next year, 2021, I wanted another single season Grand Slam. All hinges on Florida again, and because of Buck, you know, I was able to get another one. Even though the Merriams in that year was a poor Jake I mistook for my Longbeard I was watching. So that was a partial single season Grand Slam. Last year, like I said, I wanted 10 birds just to hit double digits one time. And this year I wanted to try for that single season Grand Slam again. There's been some really rough stretches this season, and that's why I set those goals, because those are to get you up and moving. Like I was over there being pretty comfortable, and I said, are you here to hunt turkeys and get one? Or are you here to hang out in the woods? So I got my butt up, and I was gonna do a little car trolling. I was gonna check out some things, do a little cold calling, and then figure out where I was gonna listen for birds tonight. So So that's why I've been setting goals these past 4 years while I've been turkey tripping. It's so when you're tired, maybe you get that motivation to get up and start moving, or call, or get back in the car and try to figure out something else out. Get back on your maps, look at your maps, try to figure something else out. It's just to provide a motivation when you're not feeling it that day or that moment. Because I tell you what, when I'm getting up at 3:30 like I have been, you don't always want to get up, but you got to get up. And before we go any further, we're going to go ahead and make this bad boy South Dakota legal. You got a physical tag you got to attach to them. Sign here after you kill. It is May 23rd. I don't even know what day it is. May 23rd. Well, Bart, I don't need your carrier this time because the car's only 60 yards over there. I think old Blaze got the assist. Folks, I shot him right here. My car is right there. We're going to range it. The car is 59 yards from here. I wonder if he was coming down, got spooky on my car, started coming back up and back this way. Wonder if Blaze turned him around. I knew it was a possibility that he had come down this way because this is probably where the hen went, because they were roosted out that way last night. I figured she did not go up over this barren area and off the cliff over here. I didn't spook her that bad. Crazy. Blaze may have the assist today. I was beginning to wonder if I was going to smell one of these again. 16-pound, 13-ounce.
That was a long time coming here in South Dakota. I apologize for these long videos and kind of talking through some of them, but I was there a long time. I was around turkeys a lot. I just could never see them. The ghost gobbler, I don't know. I think I was crazy. I don't know. But I would hear them when I was fully awake. So, I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, South Dakota was awesome, and I was very ecstatic to finally make it happen. Hope you liked this video. If you did, give us that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down there. Hit the bell for notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.